shine so bright, you might go blind, blind, blind. When I walk through the...
Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. So today, I will discuss to you about step by step of being international student dito sa Canada. So, kung ikaw ay may planong mag-aral this year, 2024, let me discuss to you ano ba yung mga kailangan mo i-considered and i-prepared before you submit your study permit application. Alright? So, but before that, gusto kong magpasalamat sa mga new subscribers natin. Thank you so much sa support. And of course, sa mga viewers natin na hindi pa nakapag-subscribe, please consider to subscribe and don't forget to hit yung like button natin para masuggest naman ni YouTube yung mga vlogs natin sa mga kababayan natin na nagpaplanong pumunta dito sa Canada. Alright? So, for the step 1 for being international student na kailangan nating alamin is we need to understand the institution and the course they offered. Okay? And also, we need to prepare the common requirements. So, they have 3 common requirements, which is passport, IELTS, and proof of funds. So, that one is very important. For step 2, you need to choose your course and institution. So, depende sa inyo kung saang province kayo kasi lahat naman dito almost ng province sa Canada is may mga university na accredited ni Canadian government or tinatawag nating under siya ng DLI, which is Designated Learning Institution. Ito ay inaccredited ni Canadian government na pwede silang mag-accept or mag-admit ng mga foreign student. Alright? And kung may mga kamag-anak naman kayo dito sa Canada, pwede nyo ding isa sa mga i-consider nyo yung province na nandun sila. Okay? So, another factor yon. And also, I suggest na double check nyo din yung mga cost of living kasi mahal na nga yung tuition fee nyo. Tapos, hindi naman kayo allow mag full-time job kung sakaling ma-accept kayo as being international student. So, malaking bagay na yung bayad sa mga apartment, ganyan, na considered natin. At least, nag-survey kayo sa mas magandang provinces. And of course, when you choose the courses, pwedeng magpalit kayo, mag-shift kayo ng field, like in IT kayo sa Pilipinas, and then pagdating nyo dito, punta kayo ng healthcare courses or healthcare field. Yan, nagpalit kayo ng career. And also, pwede rin naman na mag-upgrade lang kayo. Example, teacher kayo sa Pilipinas, and then pagdating nyo dito is kukuha kayo ng related sa education as well. So, yun, depende sa inyo. Okay? Kung ano yung goal nyo. For step 3, IELTS. So, you need to be aim high score band for IELTS kasi kailangan na mataas. May mga university talaga na required nila score band. It's 8, 7, or 6. And that's IELTS is under dapat ng academic category. Kasi dalawang klase yan eh. May general for skilled and then academic. Since mag-aaral kayo dito sa Canada, kailangan i-take nyo is academic. Okay? For number 4, since alam nyo na yung course nyo, okay na yung mga requirements nyo, yung 3 requirements, and then nakapag-check na kayo ng university na kung saan kayo possible mag-enroll, at least 1 or 2 universities yung ano nyo, i-comparison nyo. Okay? Or maging doon kayo mag-a-apply. Depende sa inyo. And for step 4, mag-a-apply na kayo ng university. So, you need to submit the application form dun sa university at may kosto na $100 to $250 each application. Kunyari, meron kayong dalawang university na pinag-submit ng application form, yun, depende. Mga most likely, yun ang gagastusin nyo. $100 each to $250. So, depende pa rin yun sa province. And then, once na na-file nyo na yung application form, is send back sa inyo si university or institution ng acceptance letter. It means ina-accept nila yung file mo na application form para sa international student doon sa university. Okay? Once na okay na at na-admit na kayo ni institution, meron na kayo university, okay na yung courses nyo. So, you need to apply the study permit. So, ito na yung time para mag-apply ng study permit. So, ano ba yung mga attachment pag mag-a-apply na ako ng study permit? So, again, ang kailangan mo is passport, proof of funds, IELTS, medical, acceptance letter from the university. Yung sinabi ko kanina for step 4. And last is statement of purpose. Okay? Sa medical exam is you are required if yung course mo is more than 6 months. Kunyari yung course mo is take 1 year or 2 years, you need to submit a medical exam. And then next is magme-medical ka rin if you are galing sa iba't ibang bansa before you landed to Canada. Example, galing ka ng Philippines, nag-land base ka sa Singapore before you mag-proceed sa Canada. Or else naman, galing ka sa ibang bansa, nagpunta ka ng Philippines, umuwi ka sa Philippines, and then bago ka ulit magpunta ng Canada. So, yon. Pag marami kayong pinuntahan na bansa, kailangan din natin ng medical certificate, medical exam, and last, for number 3, if you are planning to have a part-time job dito while studying. Kasi si international student, pwede namang mag-part-time job. It's like 20 hours in a week kapag wala kang school or available ka. Kunyari, available ka sa morning or sa night, pwede kang mag-part-time. So, when you submit the application for international student or study permit, kailangan mo mag-medical exam. Mag-submit ng medical exam. And also, sa statement of purpose, ito yung letter na makakatulong sa visa officer na maintindihan kung ano yung goals mo. So, you need to explain na bakit gusto mo mag-aral dito sa Canada, and you need to explain din na naintindihan mo ba yung rules mo or responsibility mo as international student. Okay? And last, for attachment, is biometric. So, please book your biometric appointment as soon as possible. Kasi, iba siya dun sa mga pathway na mayroon si Canada. Ang kaibahan ng international student, while you apply ng study permit, attachment na agad siya. Okay? Unlike sa ibang pathway, sila mismo, si immigration mismo ang humihingi ng medical. But dito, sa international student, on the spot, kasama na siya dun sa, submit mo ng application, kasama na agad yung biometric. Okay? Para maiwasan natin yung delay, ito yung mga requirements na kailangan. Okay? And once na ma-receive mo na yung decision ni immigration and approve ka na for study permit, it's time to travel. Or pwede ka na mag-fly dito sa Canada. Okay? But please consider na double check nyo din sa IRCC or sa school nyo kung kailan ka mag-start. Kasi may 3 terms sila eh. Parang sa loob na 1 taon, may 3 school opening sila. Okay? So, double check mo. Kasi kunyari, ang start ng class mo dito is by March. So, meron lang silang allowable at least yata 1 month before your school class started. Doon ka lang, within, ka lang pwedeng pumunta o mag-stay sa Canada. Or hindi pwedeng 2 months ka bago ang school mo, lilipad ka na papunta dito. O magpa-flight ka na papunta dito sa Canada. So, yun, it's very important. At saka, i-plan nyo talaga, yun nga, double check sa IRCC at the same time, dun sa institution, kung ano yung requirements nila. Kasi may orientation pa yan sa school. Okay? Next is, number 7 is study time. So, kung nandito na kayo sa Canada, yun, study time na siya after nyo mag-flight or before kayo mag-plant at once na naglandang kayo dito sa Canada, at the point of entry, the immigration officer will verify your permit and other documents before you allowed to enter the Canada. Kunyari, flight nyo na, so prepared nyo yung mga original documents nyo, mga supporting documents nyo, at saka yung photocopy nung mga natanggap nyong acceptance letter, yung biometrics appointment nyo or medical result nyo, tapos what else, IELTS, basta lahat yung mga personal documents nyo, i-prepared nyo na kasi hahanapin yan sa inyo pagdating nyo sa point of entry. Kadalasan dyan is Vancouver at saka Toronto yung point of entry. So yun, importante na na ma-prepared nyo bago kayo mag-land dito. And yung point of entry na yun, i-stamp na yun ni Canada, and then yun na yung final step. Yun. Ano na kayo? Ready to study na. Okay? And i-focus nyo yung course nyo. Karamihan kasi may mga program dyan na 1 year, 2 years, or less than pa. Sa pagkakaalam ko, marami rin akong kakilala na 2 years program pero nakuha nila ng 1.5 taon, something like that. So, yun yung mga possible na pwede nyong gawin. Para at least may allowance pa kayo before matapos yung permit nyo or validation ng study permit nyo dito sa Canada. Okay? Kasi may next step tayo, which is kapag after graduation, pwede na tayong mag-apply ng Canada Postgraduate Work Permit, which is PGWP. So, allow yung mga estudyante, kasi another requirements pa ulit yun. Parang continuation niya from international student to the PGWP. Alright? And, additional lang, sa pagiging international student, kung kayo ay may husband or common law partner na gusto nyong isama dito sa Canada while you are studying, yes, pwede po silang isama. Alright? So, if you are already approved for international student, pwede ka mag-apply for your spouse or your common law partner ng open work permit. Okay? What if may anak ako? Pwede ko bang isama while I'm studying? Yes, you can. Pwede din po, i-apply mo siya. Kung siya ay nag-aaral, yung anak mo, pwede mo siyang i-apply ng minor international student. Okay? And be careful lang, ikaw yung principal applicant. So, ikaw yung main applicant. Okay? And then, kung hindi naman siya nag-aaral, yung anak mo, pero gusto mo ring isama dito, under siya ng visitor's visa. Okay? And take note, kapag nagdagdag kayo ng family members or kasama nyo yung spouse nyo dito, iba yung range ng proof of funds na kailangan nyo i-declared. Okay? Or kailangan nyo i-prepared. And by the way, may bagong update si IRCC regarding sa proof of funds sa international student na effected na agad siya ngayong January. Actually, January 1 agad siya, effectivity onwards na nag-file ng application. Alright? So, that's all for today's about dito sa mga step-by-step for being international student dito sa Canada. And I hope na nakatulong ito sa inyo para mas mabilis at maiwasan natin yung refuse application. Alright? So, that's all for today's. And thank you for watching. And if you think na nakatulong sa iyo or you learn something about this vlog, please don't forget to hit like button. And kung hindi ka pa nag-subscribe, don't forget to subscribe. God bless everyone. See you in the next vlog. Bye-bye!